Hey everybody, really quickly before I get into this video, I wanted to show you guys some of the pictures of the fish we caught this Thursday. Now you're probably wondering, hey Michael, didn't you say we was going to get a fishing video? Well, see, here's the problem. I was going to do a fishing video, but the wind was blowing really bad, and it was blowing directly at me the entire time. The only places that I could get the fish to bite, the wind was basically the exactly wrong way that I wanted it to be. If the wind was reversed, then I probably would have broke out the camera and done some videoing. But the wind was blowing directly into this pocket that we were fishing, and that's pretty much the only place that the fish were wanting to be. I caught them on 3 different baits. I caught 3 bass, and I know I caught 4 bass and 3 bluegill, I believe. My brother caught, I think, 6 bluegill. No, I think he caught 3 as well. I think we both caught 3 bluegill. I lost a good crappie. My mom caught 1 big bluegill. It was a really big one. You guys will see it here in a second. It was a really thick, fat bluegill. Probably one of the biggest ones that I've seen come out of there in a while. Back, 2 years ago, we used to catch those size bluegill all the time. We used to catch whole baskets full of them. And then there for a while, they just disappeared. I assume probably we caught them all and they had to replenish, but that one there was easily her biggest bluegill and probably would have beat my biggest straight line bluegill for sure. So thank you guys for watching. I'm going to show now the 3 baits that we caught them on. Thanks for watching again. Alrighty, you guys, so today here we are once again back, and we're going to talk about the 3 baits that I caught, or that we caught, me, my mom, and my brother caught fish on this time around at the pond. So I used 3 different baits. And the first fish came on this one here. So I actually caught the first bass on this guy right here. This is the 1.5 inch swimmer, Green Pumpkin Magic, my favorite color for this little swim bait. Basically just on an unpainted little jig head. It's pretty much all it was. Now, the story behind this is you guys also seen that big bluegill, that giant one, had this bait in its mouth. I actually gave this bait to my mom, told her, here, go ahead, cast it out a few times. The only fish she caught was the biggest one of the trip. It was a monster bluegill, easily within, I'd say, probably 10, 11 inches long, if not longer than that. But the length was the thickness was so much bigger than the length, in my opinion. The thickness of that fish was huge. I mean, that fish was easily 1.5 inches thick right at the head area. It was a very, very thick, fat, healthy female bluegill. And that was caught also on the Green Pumpkin 1.5. So then I kind of got sick of throwing the 1.5, kind of thought maybe they were wanting something a little bit slower, so I went down to a 1.1 inch tadpole. Now this is a very big difference in size, 1.5 versus a 1.3 or 1.1 little tadpole. Very big difference in size, so I had to go with a small hook. I literally used the smallest hook I have, the size 10 owner mosquito hooks, with a small split shot and a cork, just a very small little indicator, almost like something you'd use for fly fishing. Just above the bait a little bit, maybe I don't know, a foot probably. And that's what me and my brother were using. I caught, I think, 2 bluegill on this, and he caught the rest of the bluegill. I don't even know how many bluegill there was. I think there was 4 or 5. There might have been 6 that me and him caught, and then my mom caught that one big one. So that there was a good bait, but the bait that really caught the most bass and was getting a lot more bites was this guy right here, the 4-inch Ultra Finesse Worm. Now, something I was doing with this bait that I have started doing now that I have this stuff, I didn't have this out yet, but the spike it. I put some of this, the chartreuse, on each end of the spike it, or of the worm, and then I would take these guys right here. Now, these are something that I bought just a little while back, just this past week. These are 3/0 Gamakatsu Finesse Wacky Rig hooks. Now, they're a little bit big for the 4-inch Ultra Finesse Worm, but that's why I wanted them on there. With them being as big as they are, they pull the worm down a lot faster. Now, it's definitely not a fast fall at all. It falls very slow, but it falls a lot faster than, say, a 1/0 or a size 1 Wacky Rig hook. It falls a lot faster than that, and basically all I was doing was pitching it out there about maybe 10 feet right in front of a big tree that leaned over the water and just letting it fall all the way to the bottom. Now, something that I think was really helping me was that the wind was blowing straight at me in this little pocket where this tree was. The cover, the wind was getting blown in there. All the bait was getting blown in there. There was a bunch of small minnows and bluegill and even baby bass. And this little guy right here, this little 4-inch Ultra Finesse worm with that Wacky Rig hook was getting the bites. If I landed all that I got bit by, I would have had a great day of fishing, let me tell you that. Probably would have caught somewhere around 15 fish. But since I was using a little bit of a bigger hook, they were feeling that hook a lot faster. I think if I was using something, I probably should have been using something a lot like this, a little tiny jig head, which is something that I used to use a lot with these type of rigs. I probably would have caught a lot more because the smaller the hook, they can't really feel it. But I do think that I was using a bit too big of a hook and they could feel it and then they'd instantly let go. And I think that was kind of killing me a little bit. But I was able to hook up on 4 bass and a couple bluegill and lost a really good crappie, about maybe a 5 or 6 inch crappie, which out of that pond was a pretty decent one. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this little quick video. Here pretty soon I'm going to be doing a whole video on Wacky Rig baits, and also I'm going to be doing a whole video on bed fishing, so I hope you guys will enjoy those. Those will be up soon. Hopefully this Saturday we'll be able to get back out, maybe with my cousins, go back out to the pond that has the mystery fish. Have not been there this year. I have my glide bait still tied on with that big wire leader. That could be something that I throw here pretty soon. So thank you guys for watching once again. I think that's about it. So.